So now, my last video I showed how I got to 7 reps with this bow. And if you can see, it's adjusted to its maximum draw weight. I didn't show you the draw weight because my bow scale didn't have batteries, so I just put batteries in, so I'll show you. But this was for maintaining. It was just to, I had this set up in front of my office for the last 2 years, and I do it occasionally, but not enough. So recently, 3-4 times a day, many to failure, just keep going. And it's low, so I did not want to use my real competition bow, this one. Because this is more draw weight. And so even though I could probably do one at a time, you risk injury. So it's better to do 2 to 3 pound increments as you start off. And also, I was coming back from injuries, and it's not like on a bike. You can see my bike's over here. If you get injured, you can get back on the same bike. You're just gonna go slower, till you get back, to your shape. Archery, that's really not the case. So I did a video about my cast. It was back in 2012. Broke this one shoulder on a bike. And well, after I injured it, I couldn't even just pick the bow up, let alone try to draw it or anything. It took weeks just to pick the thing up. So luckily I had kept all my bows all the way up, and so I was able to then go in slow increments and get back. And so that's what I did. And this one's already adjusted. It's about 46.5 pounds, and this one is I want to shoot it at about 48 pounds. And the reason is because of the arrows. So these are the arrows that I want to shoot. These are X10 410 spine tungsten tips. You can see it get damaged, so you fix them. And if I wanted to shoot with my backup bow, I could, but I would have to go down in spine. These are 430s, ACE 430s. Again, 120. These are stainless, so a little bigger. But these are softer. And I used to shoot these. With this bow and these arrows at 70 meters, it's pretty much a flat trajectory. It goes, whoo, they're super fast. These are like the fastest limbs that they were making. And these are like the lightest arrows. And wow, these were really impressive. The problem with these is they're very fragile, very thin. And especially at a public archery range where the bales, are not going to be great shape. I showed you how the ding that was tungsten steel. And so what happens is your arrow can hit something inside the bale or go right through it, hit something, and then it's damaged. And you may not know it. Yeah, and then when you release, it could break in half, somewhere around here. And half of it will disappear, and the other half will go right into your arm, which is a bit painful. I almost had that happen, missed me by this much. So I stopped shooting these at the public range, but I could go back. If I was competing, different, but at my level of competition, you're on a ship, you're competing with a bunch of people, and you're shooting 12 arrow rounds, ends we call them, and there's a lot of arrows, and they're gonna get nicked. Just a little nick, arrow's done. You gotta throw it away. And you have to check very carefully with these arrows. The thinner, the more dangerous they are, but they fly great. These do. Great flying. So I then upgraded to these. That's why these X10s. Never had a problem with these. These are the ones you would shoot, in the Olympics and stuff. Just like this. And these are expensive. So I've got dozens of these already set, with the tungsten points. When I bought these 15 years ago, they were still like $80 per arrow, and you go through quite a few. And so I really want to get back to these. And so I need to go up to 48 pounds, at least 48, 49 would be better to shoot these. Otherwise, it's not going to match. The arrows have to match the bow. You have to build these yourself. You have to cut them, you have a special saw to cut them, build them. It's a lot of fun. A lot of these. And then in practice, of course, you use a bear shaft. Bear shaft. You see, I shot this a lot. So it's almost all of this gone. Can't even see the label anymore. The tip, look at the tip on that thing, huh? But yeah, so a few months ago, I did go out at 70 meters and shot this with this bow. And yeah, went straight, nailed right in the middle of the bail. But I could only do like 20 arrows at a time. So my goal was to get back. So I've been pulling this one to get my reps. Now on to this one. But yeah, only 3 reps with this guy. So let me show you the, and things break. So this is like keeping my old stuff. So I've got a lighter set even than these. So I could go back to a 32-pound lens. But this was, things can break. I don't know if you can see that. It's all broken. These limbs only lasted less than a year. So then I had to upgrade to these. But yeah, when you're at full draw, there's a lot of power in that thing. Things can break. All kinds of stuff can happen. So you have to be, it's very dangerous. More dangerous than you can imagine. One of the guys actually did have an arrow go right through his arm out here. Because the bails are really bad. I do have an arrow, a place I can shoot downstairs. Again, I posted a video of that in slow motion. So I could shoot inside if I wanted to. But my release is already, I got that. I'm just getting my strength back. And so, let me show you the bow scale. So this is the bow scale. It's 49.2, but let me reset that. And so let me show you this one. Okay, so also, I'm going to show you this here. Okay, it says 44. Let's reset that. You have to do it a couple times to get accurate. .9. So it's about 44, 45, 44. Felt right, so I thought. Now this one, and this is adjusted all the way. Can't go anymore. So it's more, you want to go for harder than last time. So reps is not, you don't want to go volume. Okay, so now this one. And this one is adjusted to its weakest. Reset. It has a timer on it, so the power goes off. .48 pounds. Try one more time. .47.3. So it's about 47.5 to 48, somewhere in there. It's hard to get the exact when you're pulling like that. So that's when you put the arrow in, and you don't do this inside the house. Unless you're pointed at a wall or something, you never practice like this, ever. Okay. So this will show the exact weight that I am set to. So it's on the clicker. Okay, 46.1. That's quick. So, because it's, you set it to the length you want, and I can adjust the clicker. So usually I have a little farther, right about there. But as you get more and more tired as you're shooting, I just adjust the clicker out. Because yeah, it gets really tough. 46.7. So, get a little bit to go. But when I'm practicing, of course, you take the arrow out. Because if you're practicing with the arrow in just for fun, and you hear that click, you may accidentally let go of that arrow. And an arrow like that would go right through the wall, easily. It would go through, at 70 meters, it would go like this deep into a 2x4 at 70 meters. So, you don't want to do that, for sure. So when you're practicing strength training, you don't want an arrow in there. So I pull back farther when I'm actually, here's my tab. Gotta use a tab for this guy. So now when I'm exercising with this one, I don't have an arrow in there. So I'm just gonna pull it back as far as I can and try to hold it steady. And with the stabilizer on there, you can see, how steady you're holding it. And so my goal now is to get to 7 reps with this guy. And it all has to be compatible. So if you lower the poundage, you have to get new arrows. The stabilizer would be too long because your angle at 70 meters, this would actually block the target. You wouldn't be able to shoot it. So you'd have to shorten it. Everything is just different. Your sight marks, everything is different. So the idea is since I already had it set up for 48 pounds, I want to get this at 48 pounds with the draw length, with the arrows. And so I'm going to adjust this. So once I get my strength back, 7 reps, screw it back in, about 2 more pounds, get to 48 pounds with the arrow in there. That's what I'll be doing. And it's a lot of fun. And so that's it for this video.